Genesis chapter 21. The Lord visited Sarah, he has said, and the Lord did to Sarah as he had promised, and Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age. The time which God had spoken to him, Abraham called the name of his son was born to him, whom Abraham bore him Isaac, and Isaac. Abraham was circumcised his son Isaac when he was years old. So God, as God has commanded them. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. And Sarah said, God has made laughter for me. Abraham used me laugh over me. And she said, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children, and I bore him a son in his old age. After the child grew and was weaned, the neighbor made a feast of the day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, whom she had born to Abraham laughing. So she said to Abraham, cast out the slave woman with her son, for the son of the slave woman shall not be heir with my son Isaac. The thing was very displeasing to Abraham on account of his son. But God said to Abraham, do not be displeased because of the boy and because of your slave woman. Whatever Sarah says to you, do as she tells you. For though Isaac shall your offspring be named, and I will make a nation of the son of the slave woman also, because he is your offspring. And Abraham rose early in the morning and took bread and a skin of water and gave it to Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and along with her children, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. When the water and the skin was gone, she put the child under one of the bushes. But she went and sat down opposite him, a good way off, by the distance of a bowshot. For he said, let me now look on the death of my child. And as she sat opposite him, she lifted up her voice and wept, and God heard the voice of the boy. And the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven and said to her, what troubles you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the boy. When he has uplifted the boy, and hold him fast with your hand, for I'll make him into a great nation. Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and she filled the skin of water, and she gave the boy to drink. And God was with the boy, and he grew up. He lived in the wilderness and became an expert with the bow. He lived in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Egypt. At the time Abimelech and Phicol, and commander of his army, said to Abraham, God is with you in all that you do. Now therefore swear to me by God that you will not deal falsely with me, or with my descendants, or with my posterity. But as I have dealt kindly with you, so you will deal kindly with me, the land where you have sojourned. When Abraham said, I will swear, and Abraham reproved Abimelech about a well of water, and Abimelech's servant has seized. Abimelech said, I do not know who has done this thing. You did not tell me, and I did not hear of it until today. So Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech. The two men made a covenant. Abraham set 7 ulims on the flock apart, and Abimelech said to Abraham, what is the meaning of these 7 ulims that you have set apart? He said, the 7 ulims you would take from my hand, that this may be a witness for me that I dug this well. Therefore the place was called Beersheba, because both of them swore an oath. So they made a covenant of Beersheba. Then Abimelech and Phicol, and commander of the army, rose up and returned to the land of the Philistines. And Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and called there the name of the Lord, an everlasting God. He sojourned many days in the land of the Philistines.